Hello viewers, followers, friends, etc. It's Francis Jeffery coming to you again from South Bend, Indiana. And here I am scouting out another no outlet side street. And I'm doing so today because I drove down to this area today to photograph and video record Kevin's tree and landscaping store. And while I was at it, I figured I would briefly take a break and walk down this side street here to see if you can see the store from this side street. And I wound up noticing that there's beautiful visible countryside from this street, which I haven't photographed yet. And when I looked down this street earlier, I noticed that you can see the countryside from the other end of this street. So I figured I would walk down this street and see how much countryside you can see and see how beautiful it is, etc., and determine whether or not it's worth photographing. There's a similar street to this on the northwest side of town called Garland Street, where you can see into Frederickson Park from the other end of the street. They recently built a housing development at the other end of Frederickson Park, which makes the scenery into the park less beautiful. But if you like parks and stuff related to parks, you might consider walking down that street so that you can look into Frederickson Park, as well as walk around Frederickson Park itself, which is right next to it. Unfortunately, it looks like that boat is going to be blocking some of my view, but walking down here to see the view is better than not walking down here at all. A lot of people in this neck of the woods have interesting decorations in their lawn. Maybe that's why Kevin's tree and landscaping services decided to start a store here. Ooh. I love those chickens. Hello. What nice looking doggies. Well, unfortunately it looks like it goes downhill, so you can't see as much of the countryside as I thought you might be able to. I'm just scouting out this street as well as the neighborhood for things to photograph in the future. I'm professionally trained in doing photography, so I'm actually video recording right now, in part for my YouTube channel, but also because I've gotten into the habit of video recording whenever I walk down dead-end streets because of a altercation that I had with somebody a few years ago who I believe violated my rights. on such a street. So I'm not here to harm anyone or violate anyone's privacy. Anything you can see from public, you can video record and photograph, as long as you're not photographing or video recording the same houses day in and day out. So just have a nice day. That was a nice interaction. If I were a First Amendment auditor, I'd give that person a pass. Ooh, there is an interesting thing to photograph. I don't think I'm going to photograph it though, because I want to continue scouting the area, and by the time I get done, the lighting is probably going to be different. So I just wanted to point out that that perspective of that building is something that I would photograph due to composition and lighting reasons. There's the countryside again. Now I just want to see if there's an interesting vantage point to photograph that evergreen tree from, because I believe that it looks interesting how it's like that evergreen tree is in the center of those two other trees. Nah, the wires as well as the house in the background are kind of a distracting element, so it's not worth it. But still, as a professionally trained photographer like myself, you have to notice those details. Okay, I'm done scouting out this street, and I'm gonna start walking back to the landscape place, but I'm gonna actually do so by walking down this street right here, more than likely, because I haven't walked down that way yet, and I don't know how the landscaping looks from that street, so I might as well do it as long as I'm here. If it weren't for that wheel, it would be interesting to get a photograph of that sign pointing towards that bush. But that wheel is a distracting element, so it doesn't work out. And that's the last thing that I'm going to state before ending the video. Bye bye.